Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this new walk here. We are here at the Westpoint Beach. As you can see, we are going to walk around this area and give you an idea of what you can expect if you are here on Aruba. My name is Hyro, by the way. Welcome to my channel. And I do make Aruba videos, walking videos, travel style vlogs, informational videos of Aruba, but occasionally also some travel videos whenever I do get the chance to do so. And I'll leave my Instagram somewhere down here so you can add me if you are on Instagram. What else? We are going to start the walk here in more or less the Westpoint. So Westpunt is Westpoint in Dutch, pretty much, and we do have our own local language, which is the Papiamento. If you are familiar with the channel and with Aruba a little bit, we do have our own language spoken on Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, the ABC Islands, the Dutch ABC Islands mostly, and some folks also on St. Martin that also speak some Papiamento, but mostly over there it's mostly English. And I also want to, while I'm at it, say hello to my friend in St. Martin, the traveling island girl, Rizal. Hopefully she will be tuning into this one also. And we'll start briefly showing you the sand dunes, which is the California sand dunes. And the area is pretty large. We're not gonna by any means do this whole walk along the sand dunes, but just to give you an idea, we do have some of them here on Aruba, so the dunes. And this is probably the most popular one, and it extends all the way like quite a bit. And you know, in the distance we can see the lighthouse also. There is a restaurant up there. I've made some videos on it, and it is a very beautiful area, by the way, and an area that both locals and tourists like to come to and you know, enjoy the view, enjoy the fresh air. Even though it's hot, I did check the weather today, and just checked it. I do believe it was like 31 degrees Celsius, but it feels like 37, and it has been very hot lately. And right now it's more or less midday, and it doesn't feel too bad, but the sun definitely can get to you pretty quickly if you are not walking around with something to drink, especially water. And over here also the nice part of it is the sound of the crashing waves, which we can start seeing right to the left. That's kind of funny. And look at that. For example, we'll go in that area and then we start heading back a little bit. I don't expect this walk to be too long, but who knows. And in the distance you can also, probably not with the GoPro too well, but you can probably also notice some construction over there. That's the Tierra del Sol golf course and community. That's more or less where the golfing takes place. That was not the first golf course on Aruba. If any of you know which one was, let me know in the comments. You'd be surprised maybe. And I am trying to once again do the map for you guys. Hopefully it will work. I'm not always too happy with the results sometimes with the apps that I'm using, and that's always a, you know, you have to like learn along the way which ones work best. So if you do know about a good app where I can track my my walks, and that it can give me the map of it later on, that would be really, really appreciated. And so if you continue heading this way, you will get to, among other things, the Alta Vista Chapel, doing some off-roading and heading that way. And in case you are shocked about the amount of trash that we get here, yes, that is a thing. Unfortunately, that's not something that I can do much about to stop it. Almost anything. But just to ask, oh, there's a lizard here. I didn't expect that. So that's plastic trash, you know. As you can see, a lot of plastic. And I'm not pretending to be perfect, but definitely when you are using plastic, this is what happens. And this trash is brought to us, especially on the north side, as I've explained in several other videos. It is brought to us by, you know, the ocean and the water, and not necessarily, but maybe partially, but not necessarily our own trash in this case. And let me walk a little bit more towards the water. It does look beautiful right away. And look at that one. I don't remember that one. It's probably a piece of wood, probably. I can start feeling like sprinkles. And can you walk? Can you swim here? Maybe you're asking. You could, but you would definitely have to stay on the inside of the rocks. Be very, very careful, especially like here, and probably come with one of those shoes. That would really help. This is very rocky, these parts of Aruba. But the water actually looks very tempting, actually. And on this side, whoa. Don't want to get my shoe wet, because we still have a bit to go on this walk, and it can get really uncomfortable. But we do have on this side of Aruba also right now, it is still September 2022. We do have some sargassum here on the north side. On the south side, as far as I can see, oh my goodness, I thought it wasn't a thing. Oh, look at this. I haven't found one of these in ages. This one we call it a juku, and wow, this is nice. And I'm gonna try to find it. I don't know if I still do, but sometimes they used to like make not souvenirs, but more like jewelry and things like that with it. And I don't know the whole story behind it, but that's pretty interesting. And if you notice here on this particular side, let me see if I can go on top of this rock. You can notice that the sand is actually pink. Yep, it is actually pink. Not entirely sure why, quite frankly. And it might be temporary, so maybe when you do get here someday and want to you know, do like a hike, or maybe even swim a little bit here, I would not get in here. These areas are very, very dangerous for swimming, actually, but you could. beautiful. I love these beautiful rocks. And if you are subscribed, and I hope you do, and if you're not by the end of this video, I hope that you would consider subscribing. I also have a community tab, you know, and this walk was actually suggested by a question I made on the community tab, where I occasionally will get your feedback on what you would like to see next. And that's a way that I can bring you guys more direct and interesting videos. So the way you can get around, and even though you might have the map, and when I do or can't save the map in the app, I will try to post it also on the community tab in case that is happening. But the way you can get here is driving to the Aruba Beach first, and then continue along the coast. And then you basically are not heading then to the lighthouse, or you do not continue with the asphalt road. And you can continue along the coast, and that's the way you will be able to get here. You continue that road until the end. It's probably a kilometer or so driving. And you are going to be able to get here. I can spot so many small crabs here on this rock. Let's see if once I get closer, you see them moving a little bit. Let's see if we can get them. And shoe is wet. Oh my goodness. But not too bad. Actually, one of them is. And now the shoe is totally wet. Totally wet. I was going to show you this one. And let me double check the lens briefly. Are we still dry? I do believe it did get some very light splash, I do believe. And I do remember having filmed a walk recently where the lens was quite not dirty, but like wet. And when it did get wet, it wasn't too sharp anymore. And it was a beautiful walk actually, so I might still set it as public. Let me know if you are interested, because I do have quite a few that I do, and sometimes I don't like them too much and I decide not to publish. Also, you might have noticed I'm also wearing today the Canada shirt. Thank you so much to Peter and Deborah Jordan for having given this to me as a gift, brought this to me as a gift a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month, 2 months ago already. Time flies, but I have been wearing it. I just haven't worn it for a walk, and today I was like, today is the day I'm gonna wear it. So it was nice meeting you guys recently, and I have met so many folks, and it's always a pleasure. And I also want to say hello and thank you to all of our members that support my channel. And occasionally we do have private videos that will not be public, only for the members. If you are interested in supporting the channel and supporting these walks and vlogs that I make, I would be really honored to have you on board, and appreciate the effort on your side as well. The information for it, you go to my YouTube page and click on the join, and you will get information on that side of things. Let's walk through these rocks. Didn't bring my hiking shoes, by the way, but maybe I should have. Because the shoes I usually have on are mostly like the walking shoes. They're very super comfortable, but they're not good at all for hiking and when I'm walking on like stones and things like that. What the heck? What's that supposed to mean? Looks familiar. And so we started the walk from there. So we walked on to that side to the beach and coming back, just to give you an idea of what we are doing right now. Oh, this is cool, but not per se for swimming. Oh, but with trash, of course. Oh, it looks beautiful though. And yeah, we do cleanups occasionally, and I am hoping that next year we'll start organizing some beach cleanups with the channel, and we'll announce it with time, where we can gather somewhere and just clean up one of the beaches, or especially here on the north side, which usually depends on people for the cleaning. And what I mean by that is that usually on the south side of the island, it's mostly taken care of by either the workers at the hotels, or also the government departments that take care of that. And yeah, well, it's that time of the video or the day to teach you about a few Papiamento words. And so we'll start with the first one, and that is piedra, the rock. Piedra. So these are rocks. And we'll go right ahead with the second one, which is going to be, why not? Those. Cangreu. 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 The crabs. So piedra and cangreu. You got two right there. There's one more. So hang on a little bit, we'll get to it. And I have to be a little bit extra careful on this side, in the sense that I am going to get splashed probably. And the rocks also start to get really sharp. So if you are planning to do a little bit of walking in this area, if you are on you come with flip-flops, etc., it's not going to be all too fun, all too smart. Let's take a look now at this. Any guess what it is? I think most of you will know, but it's still interesting to ask. Anyone at home? Anywhere? So yeah, this is salt from the seawater that has a lot of, it's very concentrated in salt, so it does end up here So the water does like this, and then when it starts drying up, since this one is a little bit more inland, it doesn't get a lot of water from the ocean, and so it starts drying up, and that's the way it's only the salt that will be there, right? And I do notice some more of these little guys, and also a seashell that was part of this. And all throughout Aruba you can notice many of those. Wow, look at this. Wow, okay. Splash Mountain. So two things. Look at how many there are. That's a lot. Wow, splash. Yeah. And then this second thing, so you can see also this was, oh, there's gonna be a big splash now. No, maybe not. So it's interesting to learn also and to understand. I know that many of you who do not live near the water will often get excited. We get often like, what's the big deal with it? Because we live here and we're used to seeing it, kind of. But when you don't, that's when you start appreciating it a little bit more. By the way, this area, ooh, it's hot. By the way, this area is called the California Dunes or California Lighthouse. And let me get this name right, the Dishibana. I do believe I have it right. That's the hill. You cannot really see it right now, at least not with the GoPro, but that's the hill that the lighthouse is built on. Did have like a, an original name, and some people still use it, some don't. And it's popular as the California area because of a shipwreck that occurred here over 100 years ago. I think well over 100 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the reason that that boat or that ship actually was named Californian, from what I've heard. So Californian with an N at the end, and just for making it easier, they decided to just name it California. It's way easier for everybody. And we will have now our third and last word in Papiamento. And remember, some of these words you can also find them in Spanish, or actually were adopted from Spanish to Papiamento. And that is hola. And in this case, it's not hi. If you know a little bit of Spanish, you should know that word. But hola without an H, and we will write it the same. O-L-A. Those are the waves. So now you've learned 3 words in Papiamento. I will try to continue that part of the walks. Hopefully I will not always forget about it. Because sometimes I do, because of everything I plan to talk in my vlogs. In any case, I hope you have liked this walk. I hope you have liked this walk, and thank you for watching, and see you next week, hopefully. Bye bye guys. Remember to subscribe, like, share this video, comment below, ask your questions. See you next week guys. Bye bye.
2, 3, 4.